Hello everyone. Now it's Act 2, Scene 2. It is morning in the house of Caesar, and it is also the Ides of March. An important meeting of the Senate has been fixed for the day, and Caesar is to preside. Caesar is disturbed as it has been a stormy night. Moreover, Calpurnia had cried in her sleep, "Help, ho, they murder Caesar," 3 times. He sends a servant to the priests to make their sacrifices and find out the wills of the gods for the day. Calpurnia hears this and asks whether he is planning to step out on such a day. She has heard of many strange incidents that had occurred the previous night. It had rained blood, ghosts have shrieked and squealed about the streets, and she herself had had a nightmare. She says, "Gods are angry, and so Caesar must not stir out." Caesar proudly says that things that threaten me never looked but on my back. And then he adds, when they see his face, they vanish. Note the irony. Later, Casca strikes him from the back. Calpurnia says she never believed much in superstitions, but when all these natural things come together, she cannot help fearing the worst. Added to many of the earlier ones, she says, a lioness has given birth in the streets of Rome, and the dead are out of their graves. A battle was raging in the skies, and drops of blood have fallen on the Capitol. All these abnormal happenings have terrified California, and so she pleads with Caesar not to step out of the house on this fateful day. Caesar very philosophically says that what God has ordained, nobody can stop. Caesar further tells her he should not let himself be scared by such extremely general omens, which, as he feels, should apply to everybody. To this, Calpurnia says, when beggars die, there are no comets seen. The heavens themselves blaze forth the death of princes. Caesar replies, cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. He wonders why man should fear death, as it will come when it is ordained. At this point, the servant comes and reports what the priests have said. They do not want Caesar to step out, for in the entrails of the sacrificed beast there was no heart. Heart represents courage. Caesar exclaims, "The gods do this in shame of cowardice. The gods do this to put cowards to shame." And Caesar says he is not a coward. Caesar should be a beast without a heart if he should stay at home for fear, he says. He emphatically says he will not stay at home for fear. He continues that danger knows fully well that he, Caesar, is more dangerous. He says they are twins, and he the elder and more terrible. Calpurnia, in exasperation, proclaims that he thinks too much of himself, that he has a mighty big notion of himself, and says, "Call it my fear and ask Caesar not to go." She says that they can send word through Mark Antony that Caesar is not well. At last, Caesar relents and gives in to her pleadings and says, well, Mark Antony can convey the message, and Caesar is doing it only to please her. At this point, Decius Brutus enters. Calpurnia's brief victory over Caesar ends. What Decius Brutus has to say will be in my next video. Thank you.